Welcome everybody to Terminal 234. It's Fey on the mic with
Dolapo. Yeah,
I feel like we need to come up with like a cooler opening.
Yeah, no, we're gonna come up with the opening that we don't have to repeat every time, and it's just gonna be there, and it's gonna.
I feel like it should have some like train station or airport.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Don't tell everyone our ideas. They're gonna steal it from us.
Okay, or they can give us ideas. How about that?
Good idea.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
All right. Quick hit sessions. What do we talk? Oh, you know what everyone's talking about?
What?
Jay-Z.
Oh yeah, everybody
in NFL.
Except us. We were supposed to talk about it last week, and we
I don't know how we didn't talk about it because we talked about it before we started recording.
Fumbled the ball. No pun intended.
Yeah, good one.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So the Jay-Z thing, for those that are unaware or don't know, Jay-Z and his company Roc Nation recently signed an entertainment deal with the NFL. Basically, that they're going to be in charge of managing and just controlling a lot of the NFL's entertainment content stuff. Mm-hmm. The biggest one you're probably going to see, of course, is a Super Bowl show. They're going to be in charge of that. So usually, before they used to give it like MTV and just random people, Jay-Z runs that now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I assume big money. We don't know the specifics, but we expect big money. And there's also a part of the deal where Roc Nation is also going to be, is going to be helping with the NFL's outreach program, essentially like bringing more attention to it.
Philanthropic efforts.
Exactly, bringing more attention to it, and just basically helping them with that. It's a partnership of sorts. We don't know the details, so we don't know exactly what they're going to be doing.
But there's some tie to like Colin Kaepernick and that whole
thing, so
right?
The tie to Colin Kaepernick is twofold. First is, Colin Kaepernick has still not been able to get a job in the NFL.
Correct.
Which, people are not happy about. And he does want a job in the NFL.
Correct.
So there's some people that might not know, but he wants to be in the NFL. Like, he's not out of the NFL by choice. They refuse to give him a job.
Like, they gave him a check. The stuff is settled when it comes to, like, all the drama that we all know of. But when it comes to, like, his livelihood and what he wants to do, he definitely wants to be in
the check that he got was... And I also... Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about the check that he got. The check he got was for collusion, which is basically saying that the NFL and all their owners... team owners decided
came together.
Hey guys, let's not give Colin a job. No matter, I won't give him a job. You don't give him a job. All right, good. That's what the check was for.
And of course, with settlements, they're always saying we're not admitting like faults or we're not admitting guilt. We're just saying, you know what, let's not draw this out.
Yeah, and there's a non-disclosure, so you can't speak about the settlement. So it's not going to come out for years, if ever.
If ever. Yeah.
So there's that one angle where it's like, okay, Jay-Z's working with the people that colluded against Colin Kaepernick and for all intentions and purposes are still colluded because he's still not in the NFL.
Exactly.
So that's that part. And then the second part is that the outreach program, I forget the name, I should have written it down, that the NFL specifically is working with and Jay-Z is going to be helping. They were set up by a bunch of other NFL players that joined the Kneeling movement, but essentially broke apart from Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reid because they took the deal with the NFL, right? So it was like they were negotiating with NFL, and I don't know the details because we don't know the details, but essentially Colin Kaepernick was like, no, we're not taking that. And they were like, oh, this is a good deal. The NFL is going to donate this much money to these organizations and we're going to be part of it, blah, blah, blah. So they're essentially kind of like two people trying to do the same kind of thing, going about it differently. And Jay-Z has obviously chosen the people that work with the NFL.
So there's your backstory, people.
Yes.
Now, what do you think?
What do you think? I just talked. You talk.
I don't know how I feel about it because I guess on one end, it feels like the NFL is just pandering to black people and throwing them a bone and saying, here you go. Now shut up. But on the other end, it's like, I know a while back we talked about this when it came to like Gucci and all those like brands that had racially insensitive imagery and things of the sort and how they did some cosmetic things to put a Band-Aid on it. I feel like although it comes off very inauthentic, at the end of the day, it is a stride towards bettering the organization as a whole. And like, although you can give Jay-Z a little bit of a side eye, like this feels off brand for you. This doesn't feel very socially conscious or aware. Like, at the same time, I don't think he ever does anything without the full realization of what his impact will be. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's steps ahead of us. If we want to give him so much credit and expect so much from him, then we should also expect that he did this understanding what the look is going to be like and knowing that he has to definitely deliver in order for it to feel like useful or worthwhile.
I agree with you partially. I think that what I essentially have an issue with more than anything is this idea that Jay-Z has to be this philanthropic person. It has to be I don't think he has to be leading the charge. I don't think
he has to be,
and even though he has definitely taken steps to be in that position, right, in a more public sense,
for sure,
I still don't think that's the person you should look at for social movements and justice and like, oh yeah, what does Jay-Z think? Like, Jay-Z's going to be the leader on this.
Right.
Jay-Z's a rapper.
He's never really given me that vibe. Like, I feel like within his art and within his relationship and things he chooses to speak on or, actually not speak on, like, he makes statements in his own way, but he's never been, like, this super duper activist, rapper, common type. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's more low-key about it. Like, even when it comes to Beyonce, same idea, like, where her art represents how she feels about things of this sort, more but like she still performed at the Super Bowl like a couple years ago. You know what I mean? So I feel like they make their stances where they feel like there's value, but at the same time, like, they're business people. So if this is a good look for Roc Nation, if this is going to put money in his pocket and do good for his company, that's what he's kind of most concerned about. And then at the same time, he's going to deliver.
I agree with that point, and I think that's maybe what people kind of have an issue with, even though I don't think they're vocalizing it in that way. But it's that essentially, oh, Jay-Z, this is a business deal. You're doing a business deal with these people that you have stood opposite of, right? Like, you've basically been like, oh, no, like, we're not rocking with the NFL. Like, he literally had the whole song that he mentioned it. And Ape Shit. I don't remember the line, but he made a line that he said something about how, like, he wasn't going to be part of that. And then, like, less than a year? Maybe a year.
I mean, it does come off, definitely it comes off hypocritical. I'm not going to lie. But the way Jay-Z got to where he is by getting a seat at the table with people that he probably doesn't fully agree with. Like, we know that on top, it's full of a bunch of white males that are probably racist. Let's just leave it there.
At least a percentage.
At least a percentage. Right. And I'm sure he's been in meetings and boardrooms, dealing with that for the better half of his career. And he's just known how to navigate it for the betterment of his people and for himself. And I feel like that's what's going to happen in this instance as well. Like, I don't necessarily see the NFL railroading Roc Nation and Jay-Z and making it... Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they know better, the NFL. And Jay-Z, again, he knows what this looks like. So he knows he got to deliver. In my mind, that's how it's going to work out. But... yeah. Who knows? We'll see. I just don't think there needs to be much, like, uproar about it. I just feel like everybody should just chill out and see what happens.
No, I think I agree with you on some parts of it. Yeah. But again, it's kind of like we had this conversation last week, and I told you, like, I just don't look at Jay-Z for that. Yeah. So I don't hold him to that standard.
Right. Same.
And, like, a lot of people, like, Jay-Z's the big picture face of it, but a lot of people jump on social waves just for jumping on the wave. Yeah. Right? Like, a lot of people like, boycott the NFL. I was like, well, what do you boycott the NFL for? Do you even know? What does that accomplish? Right? So I think that Jay-Z kind of got caught up in both worlds. Whereas, like, he's jumping on the wave because he's supporting Kaepernick, he's supporting this movement. Yeah. But then he's also part of the side of, like, wait, okay, after we do that, then what? Like, what happens next? Exactly. I think that you're always going to get a little bit of backlash when you're the person that speaks up the loudest to be like, okay, let's move on. Because a lot of people didn't like what he said at his press conference where he just said, like, we're over kneeling. And we were like, well, you were never kneeling, right? Like, how can you be the one to say we're over kneeling? You don't get to make that decision for us. So I think it's an interesting thing that, flags have been planted on both sides.
I see where you're going.
Oh my God. That was very
No, that was a pretty good segue. And I mean, like, speaking of, cosmetic fixes and band-aids to bigger issues.
Yes.
Let's, like, segue into the whole South Africa apartheid.
Yes.
Flag.
So it is official now. It's gone through the court systems. The apartheid flag. If you're not aware, it's the flag of South Africa during the times of apartheid. If you're not aware of that, go read a book. But the flag has been officially deemed as hate speech, right? Mm-hmm. Meaning you cannot just have the flag and be playing with, like, it's you having the flag and flying it or whatever. Like, that's hate
problem.
Speech.
That's the problem.
It's a crime.
Mm-hmm.
And it is definitely a good move. Definitely something that we can all understand because it represents nothing but hate. So
I mean, and it begs the comparison to the Confederate flag, of course,
mm-hmm.
and how the same actions have not been taking place.
Definitely. It just lets you see how things could be and how things are, right? And it's, America is progressive in so many things, but that's like one little thing that it's not progressive in. Like that part of racism, that part of let's let go, let's correct some of our mistakes in history. I think that for some reason there's a population or percentage of the population that look at it and say, oh, this is a time
part
that we
of
can't
our culture, our roots.
Roots.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you saw this, but like, I wish I could remember where it was, but some lady who was running for state council or whatever, when she was like, I think we should keep our area white. That means we don't want any foreigners. Like, she tried to backtrack and say, we don't want any foreigners. Like, it should just be white.
Yeah.
Granted, she was like 68 or something.
Yeah.
But it was so egregiously, like, insensitive and weird of her to say, especially because then people were like, well, there is this, like, lady that lives in our area that's Canadian with her white United States citizen husband. She's like, yeah, that's fine. But they're like, but she's a foreigner.
I think that you would be surprised that America is still very much recovering from slavery and all that. I read a book. I forget the name of the book. I read it a couple years ago. It was one of the first books I read when I decided I'm going to try to be more educated.
Right.
I picked up in the airport, but basically it was about this one county, the last county, I believe, in America that was all white.
Right.
And it just basically talked about how they were able to remain all white. For, like, I think even right now, they're basically all white. And it wasn't a mistake.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
it was on purpose. It was after
design.
slavery and segregation. It was like, if you're black and you come here, like, driving through that town, you're going to get killed. So, like, black people stayed away. And it was just crazy. And, like, he grew up in, like, the 80s or 90s. And, like, he moved from out of town, so he didn't know that it was all white. He didn't notice it until he was older and was like, wait, there's only white people here. And then he found out more about the history and, like, yeah, we keep it that way.
And I think we bring these things up to say, especially with the lady with the state council, like, she's running for a position in, like, a state or local government. That's just, and this is 2019. So to me, it's like, because you're allowing symbolism to exist in the form of the Confederate flag or certain statues or certain names and certain buildings, that's why people feel like they can say what they're saying, because it's just how it always was. It is just part of their roots. It's part of their culture. It's how they want their areas to be. And it's like, you would think it's so simple, like, and it's so easy to just ignore a flag or to just disregard it and just leave it there. Like, why make it an issue? But it's like, because it just ends up perpetuating ideals that that flag represented once upon a time.
And I think the scary thing, especially, like, for maybe, let's say, African Americans that don't necessarily, for whatever reason, if you don't feel connected to the fight that immigrants are going through right now, is that it is all connected. Like, it's a thread. Like, I like how you just connected the fact that she said she changed it from, like, all white to, like, okay, we don't want foreigners. But it's like, it's the same thought, right? It's just different parts of it.
It's just a different way of saying it.
And they'll just pull one, and then they'll pull the next one, and it's like, we're all going to be affected by it. So I think it's really important that we pay attention and we all we speak out and we stick together on this, because we're all affected, even if our name is not being called, right? Like, even if the Muslim ban didn't affect your country, like, you're affected, because after the Muslim ban is going to be like, okay, the non-American, like, it's just going to keep spreading. Like,
exactly.
It's a step towards
I totally appreciate that comparison. Like, I love that you said, like, you African Americans, you think this is not your issue, but it 100% is. Definitely. It's a very big slippery slope, and they're just waiting until it's your turn.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I think so.
Maybe we should move on to lighter topics?
Yeah, lighter topics, like what?
Let's make these ones really quick. Some quick hits about, like, some lovey-dovey relationships.
Lovey-dovey, okay. So Jamie Foxx and his girlfriend of, I want to say 7 years.
You think 7 years?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I've done my research.
I know it's been several years, though. Yes.
I believe it's 7 years.
Okay.
Katie
Holmes of Dawson's Creek fame, of Tom Cruise's ex-wife fame, Mother of Surrey fame, of Scientology hater fame.
Oh, I didn't know
she's not a hater, but she kind of left it behind. I think that's part of the reason why
she left Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so they have broken up. Mm-hmm. Some people didn't even know they were together.
They kept their shit under wraps. I remember. Do you remember when he was asked about it on camera? He literally just walked away.
I remember because I watched it live.
You watched it live? It was on like ESPN or something.
It was ESPN. It was All-Star Weekend. I want to say like last year or 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. It was so awkward because first of all, the people that were, I want to say it was Michael Smith and Jamel Hill that were asking him.
Oh,
so like you naturally felt like, okay, like they're cool. Like you know, it's like
I didn't know it was them. Yeah,
they're like the nicest people. Like no one. I mean, people do have problems with them, but like usually like not on camera. Like you know, they're really into the culture and they know what's up.
Right.
But I also thought it was weird that they asked because everyone knows that it's like he's never spoken about it.
And I think like it's probably on his like no ask list. Exactly. Celebrities get that, so it wasn't just like maybe steer away. It was like do not ask this question, and they chose to ask it.
It's so funny because like literally online, every news article has like this one picture of them at this one event.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's like the only. I feel like even recently, I don't know how long ago it was now, but I want to say within the year they were both at the same events, but they were not events. Excuse me, not events. Just one again, and like they weren't even interacting at all, but like they were walking the red carpet at the same time.
Yeah, so yeah, you know, kind of sad. A lot of people were trying to say that it was because Jamie Foxx was spotted with a young lady, Layla Salve or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know who she is. One day maybe.
I think she's like a musician of sorts.
I believe she's an R&B singer. Yeah. I believe she's like younger, maybe in her early 20s. And people try to say it was because of that happened. Though I also read reports that like they've been broken up.
Yeah, I think him and Katie have been off for a little while.
I mean, we would never know because we didn't even know when
we didn't even know they were on. Exactly.
Yeah, like literally, in one of my chat groups, they're like, "They're together." What? I don't.
They were definitely a very unlikely couple. But, I mean,
very random and weird. Yeah. So that happened. Your boy Diddy has been spotted around the world, not around town.
Dating his daughter-in-law, basically.
Around the world, with Lori Harvey.
Yeah, she's on my wish list.
Talk more about that. Mm-hmm. You and McNeil.
She's super cute, though. But apparently...
Okay.
You don't think she's cute?
She's cute, but she's like one of a million.
I mean, you're right. I don't get the hype. I don't know. Literally, the first time I heard of her in that way, like of the new It Girl, was on the song.
Yeah.
So Meek wants her for Christmas, and so do a lot of other men.
Hey, you might get it.
Apparently, Diddy bagged her though, so maybe not. But what's weird about it is that his son apparently was canoodling with her some time ago.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a little bit weird.
It's very weird.
I mean, the age difference is already, a lot. It already makes people think, why are you with this little child? But on top of that, it's like, but she was also dating his son.
Yeah.
So weird all around, but I mean, whatever. I know it's only a matter of time till Steve Harvey gets in there and it's like, fall back, man.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought about Lionel Richie with Sophia Richie and Scott Disick. I thought, some parental intervention would take place, but no, that hasn't happened, so who knows?
Yeah. So I think that's it for quick hits.
We good?
Yeah.
All right. Insert battle music. Let's do something better than that when in post production. But anyway, following up on last week's episode, we figure might as well just talk all fast food up here. I mean, because we're foodies, we love food, and I think we each consider ourselves fast food aficionados. We know what we're talking about, so why not talk about it?
Why not talk about it? Yeah, okay. And also there's like the whole Popeye sandwich craze, chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Last week you didn't even know about it, but you were telling me about the importance of chicken in fast food, and we can kind of see that happening. Yeah. We've low-key, in the last couple of weeks have been very on point in everything that's happening in the world without even trying.
Without even trying. Look at us. Because
I don't know. We didn't talk about it. Probably should have mentioned it, but we can talk about it real quick. But we talk about the whole techno and crime, and then they go and they bust 85 or 80 Nigerians for 419 in California. So
we definitely need to bring that up next episode.
Talked about that.
But isn't that funny? Our whole last week's episode, if you haven't listened yet, please go listen, was about like crime, 419 fraudsters, all of that shit, and then lo and behold.
Damn.
Anyway, back on topic
food.
Though. Yeah. Have you tried the chicken sandwich, the Popeyes one?
I haven't. I heard there's really, really long lines everywhere, so I don't think I'm.
Apparently, it's like sold out in a bunch of places.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't know what they did. I need to go back and look at how they marketed and what, but they hit a home run.
It was like when IHOP did their whole changing our name to blah 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 blah.
Was that successful? I thought that was a fail.
The campaign was successful. Are people going to IHOP for burgers though? I don't know.
That's what I think.
So you're right. Okay. It's not the same in that sense, but in terms of a campaign that like gets the people talking, I find them parallel.
Okay. I can see, like, of course they wanted to cause a disturbance, which they did. I guess I think of it a little bit as a fail without knowing, because I'm like, did anyone really go to IHOP after that? Whereas this is like,
but the thing is, it wasn't for people to go to IHOP, because people are always going to go to IHOP. It's like it's like Denny's. Like, you're just going to go. So maybe it should be on the list. Different goals. The goal was to like get people to order burgers and try their burgers, and I think they're probably trying to diversify, be a lunch spot as well. But I don't even think they need to. Like, IHOP, I think has like its place in the market and whatever. Anyway, so
how are we going to do this? Because what we have decided we're going to do. For the people out there, is we're going to come up with our top 10 fast food joints, places, whatever you want to call them.
Correct.
So what do you think? I mean, it's going to be a lot to go through specific criteria. I think we should just maybe come up with a couple, and then we can talk through them as we go.
And guys, you didn't miss here. I did say I could do top 20 last time, but we don't want to keep you guys here forever. So we're going to keep it to 10. What criteria do we want?
The first thing is the food has to be good.
Okay.
Taste. Yes. And I'll add into that variation. Like, I don't want to go to a place that only gives you one thing. Because if I only give you one thing, how good is that one thing?
He's basically trying to knock Chick-fil-A right now, but whatever.
I'm not. I wasn't even thinking about anyone when I said that.
Okay.
I
so variety. So food, period. And that could encompass taste, variety, like, whatever. Okay.
Yes.
Next, would you say like cultural appeal? Relevance? Like, memes and viral tweets and
we can put it there. I put them lower. I put that lower on the list because for me personally, that's not a big.
But it's still on the list.
It influences me, but it's not a big reason. Like the Popeyes did, I'm not jumping in line.
Well, it's just like with the music thing. It's like there's the music, but then have they won Grammys?
You're right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like because music is also very subjective, just like food. Like some people just hate the taste of Mexican food, so they will never go to Chipotle. Wow, but they can't deny that Chipotle is the shit. Because
they would. Like, they never had it.
Well, I mean, like in terms of like.
I got you.
So yeah, I think it's worth bringing up.
Yeah,
it's worth bringing up. So that's that: food, cultural relevance, and appeal, and maybe one more criteria. Miriam, what do you think our third criteria should be? For fast food places, are you listening?
Taste. We have cultural relevance. I think we should also have availability. Because that is an important thing. Fast food should be fast and available.
Yeah. Okay. So, taste, relevance, availability. Are we leaving it at those three?
I think we can leave it at those three for now.
Okay, I agree.
Okay. And then I have pulled up a list that was made by someone that's very stupid, but hopefully they're going to have the top 10 within this somewhere.
Okay, so this is our jump off point.
I hate this list.
Why don't you pull up that list then?
So I think what we're going to do, what we should do is I'm going to give you a place from my list and Miriam is going to give us a place from her list. So hopefully we can get like a good 10. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. So let's do it that way. So first of all, we're going to have we have to decide if some places are fast food. So the number one thing I see on my list, I have Subway. Are we calling Subway fast food? Yes?
Mm-hmm. Right. To me, fast food doesn't have to mean drive-through.
Of course.
And it doesn't have to mean like burgers and fries. It just has to mean you can get the food fast and cheaply.
Okay.
So I think that should be the criteria.
Subway, right now, do you want it top 10 or not top 10? Without even knowing anything else. Just...
I want you guys to just tell me what's on your list, and then that would be our jump-off point. So we could have some names circulating and blah, blah, blah. But outside of fast, cheap, available, I think they also need to serve entrees. So it can't be like just...
That's food. I'll put that with food. Variability.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. For you're saying, how do you categorize fast food?
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think Starbucks, because I don't think of them as an entree.
Yeah,
they have like...
I'm not kind of Starbucks.
Yeah. But I think one of the lists you have has Starbucks.
Yeah, the super list I'm looking at.
Exactly. So yeah, it has to have an entree or entrees. And then that's it. So go ahead, give me your list real quick.
So okay, Subway, I have McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, yes or no? Fast food?
No. If I'm not including Starbucks, I can't include Dunkin'.
Okay.
Burger I love King, Dunkin' though.
Yeah. Taco Bell. Might as well just put Chipotle, since we know we're gonna think about them too. Qdoba.
Okay.
Oh man, we're gonna have like 50 things. Popeyes, KFC.
Is this a top 10 list?
No. I'm just writing stuff now.
Oh, I thought you were giving me the top 10.
Well, their top 10 sucks.
So we're just disregarding yours?
Arby's? Yeah, we're disregarding it. We're going to come with ours. Okay, fine. Right?
I thought we were using it as a jump off, but fine. We'll disregard that one. Yeah.
Wendy's.
Okay.
Pizza places? We're not kind of pizza places, are we?
I mean, it is fast and available, but it's not like cheap relative to the rest of them. So it doesn't hit the cheap part. And it isn't always that fast. You're right. Exactly. Like, so, especially if you're doing delivery, not at all. But then the rest of these places don't do delivery. So we're not counting Chinese either, right?
No.
It has to be like a franchise that like...
Yeah, and none of them are good enough, to be honest.
What, like, I mean, Panda Express, I guess.
I got Panda Express this weekend, and I wanted to just like return it.
But it still can be a fast food place, though, right?
Oh, it is, but
for consideration. Put it down for consideration.
Oh,
you're right.
You might have to write this by hand.
I mean...
This is hard work. Okay, I wrote it down. I'm not going to write it. I'm not going to make the list.
Whatever.
Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box, I wrote that.
Then White Castle.
I've never had White Castle.
In-N-Out.
Carl's Jr.
Cookout. Oh my god, there's so many places. But a lot of the places we just named don't have the availability piece. And I've never tried In-N-Out.
Oh, also, we're a little bit biased because we're in Maryland. So if you're not in Maryland, you might not like be on our top 10.
But to me, if you didn't make it to Maryland, then you don't have that mass appeal. Because Maryland has a very huge, wide array of choices. So if you
Hardee's.
Yeah. Maryland has Hardee's.
Jersey Mike's. I actually really like... Oh, Five Guys. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
That's number one.
Stop it.
What? Five Guys
it can't be
number one.
No.
The only thing they don't have is they don't have that many choices.
I wish they also had a drive-thru. I wish they were cheaper.
Drive-thru is not part of it. Cheaper
I
is not part
but
of it.
like that's gonna play into you being in the top 5 or top 10 at least.
I'm ready to start it unless there's.
I think I'm ready to. I think I'm ready. Oh,
Checkers.
Yeah. Okay, Checkers. Sonic.
I have Sonic on the list.
DQ.
Yeah, I didn't say it though. But yeah.
Not that DQ. How about Auntie Anne's? No, it doesn't have entrees.
They're on this list too, but I skipped them. Yeah. I don't believe them. Whataburger. I've never had it. I've heard about them. Bojangles.
Whataburger.
They're not here.
They're not here. Yeah.
Qdoba. Moe's Southwest Grill. Ew.
That's not fast food.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is. It's nasty food.
I guess it's kind of like Chipotle. No, it isn't. Why do you not like Moe's? Mission Barbecue.
Never had it.
Does Mission Barbecue count? Does like Tropical Smoothie Cafe count?
No.
Okay, I guess not, because no entrees like that.
Yeah.
But back to the one I said before that. What did I just say?
All right, I think we have a good list. Let me see how many I wrote down on paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 23.
Sheesh. Okay, you guys heard the 23. We're not going to go through that list again.
No, we're not.
But I feel like from that list of 23, let's give them our 10. Like, they're definitely going to be in the top 10. And then rankings is probably where we're going to disagree.
Right. So that's why I think we should actually kind of go through the list and just a quick, like, yes, no, top 10. We're probably going to have more than 10, but we can eliminate some of them really quickly.
Okay, fine.
Right? So...
Sorry for the repetition, guys.
Subway. Just say yes or no. No.
Miriam, what do you think?
I agree with no.
Yeah.
No. McDonald's. Yes. Burger King.
Yes.
Yes. Taco Bell.
Yes.
Chipotle. Yes. Qdoba.
No.
Popeyes.
Yes.
KFC.
Yes. I mean, if we do Popeyes, you have to do KFC.
Popeyes doesn't really make it, to be honest.
Okay. Don't worry, we'll leave them for now.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, yes. Arby's?
No.
Wendy's?
Arby's? What do you mean?
You're not about to be an Arby's sympathizer right now.
I love Arby's, actually. They have some good stuff that people don't.
I'm sorry, too.
Maybe they're number 11. We'll put them number
Honorable mention.
Wendy's? We'll put Wendy's. Someone responded to our social media and said Wendy's. Okay. DQ? They're not my top 10.
No.
Checkers?
No.
Sonic?
This is where Five Guys. Five Guys beats all of those ones.
No for Sonic? Wow. Jimmy John's?
No.
Jack in the Box?
No.
White Castle?
No. I've never even had it.
Carl's?
Junior, no.
In-N-Out?
No. Yes, because
it's not everywhere.
Because even though In-N-Out's not everywhere, like, come on the East Coast, you know In-N-Out. Like, you know it.
But it's not available.
It's inescapable.
Like, it's not available.
We'll leave it on for now, but we can talk about it. Cookout? No.
No, sadly. I love Cookout, though.
Hardee's?
No.
Five Guys for sure. Yeah. Jersey Mike's?
No.
Alright, so I think we might have exactly 10 right now.
Are you sure?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So I think our number 10 right now looks like In-N-Out. Unless there's something that we said no to you think is better than In-N-Out.
So that means both Popeyes and KFC made it to our top 10. I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
I don't know why, but
which is
I feel like one has to.
Popeyes,
I think Popeyes is better. I
agree. Popeyes definitely better.
Yeah, so let's kick off KFC. But then what are we going to replace it with?
Are
you sure you don't want to put Panda for the Chinese lovers?
I just don't think Panda Express is good. I wouldn't tell you to go get Panda Express.
But like, it's like it should win for being the only like Chinese.
I don't want to just represent just for representing. No. They have to come up with something better. I don't like Panda.
I mean, I like it. So yeah.
I got Panda Express. You know why I know I don't like it as much? I bought Panda Express and I was being really like indecisive. So I bought like another Chinese something in the mall. Literally, I went to the mall. So I bought 2 things.
Wow.
I like eating my Panda Express. I was like, ew, no, this is way better. So I have to save the Panda Express till like,
okay, fine. Okay, we're not putting Panda Express. Should we now consider Starbucks or Dunkin'? Or does it not fit our criteria enough that we shouldn't like bend at all for
I don't think it does.
Okay, so then maybe we need to put both Popeyes and KFC.
So maybe is KFC number 10 instead of In-N-Out?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I guess so. I also do think that if we're gonna put In-N-Out in off the strength of like you're so good on a coast, some of these southern ones.
Which one?
We let go of, like Cookout. I know is big in the South.
It is.
I know like Carl's Jr. is big. I know that like White Castle is big.
What's what they call it? Waffle House.
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, how about like Wingstop?
Wingstop did come up, but
I don't think so.
They're not popping enough yet.
Are there any wing spots that are like
America's Best?
Yeah, but I don't think that's like a huge
I used to
spot.
really like Claw Q chicken, but they're not really around here anymore. They're really good. They have spicy chicken.
Never had it. Okay. So this is where it gets difficult because I don't really love our top 10 right now because there's both KFC and Popeyes, and I feel like there should only be one off the strength of like I don't think people like chicken that much. Like that much that.
So that's why I said, what do you want to have instead of KFC? You have to pick something, otherwise it's KFC.
Yeah, KFC is still good.
I'm gonna put KFC number 10. We can come back.
Okay, fine. KFC number 10, then In-N-Out is number 9.
All right.
I think we know our top 5 though. McDonald's, Taco Bell. I don't even like Taco Bell that much, but I'm being objective here. McDonald's, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A,
Chipotle, Five Guys.
Oh, I was gonna say Burger King and Wendy's. Five Guys gets a lot of knocks for the price because you can, if you really want a fast food
price
burger,
is not part of our criteria.
It is though because it's fast food. Fast food is about being cheap a lot. Because honestly, come on, if you really want a cheap burger, Shake Shack. Should that be on this?
That should be in there.
So take out
should
KFC?
We take out KFC for Shake Shack?
No.
You said no? I feel like you just want to keep everything. You can't have 20 fast food spots in the top 10.
Popeyes, you know that, right?
No, I think Popeyes.
What? Popeyes is better than me.
Popeyes
has no taste, you know that, right? It's just crispy.
I don't know.
I don't know what you speak
I need like a KFC.
I have like bread on the buddy, but the chicken itself doesn't have seasoning.
I need somebody who's like a KFC fan that like eats it all the time.
I eat KFC
because I eat Popeyes all the time. But okay, actually no. What I need is somebody who eats both all the time. Because I eat Popeyes all the time. She eats KFC all the time. So of course we're gonna be biased. Because I haven't had KFC in a while. That was a punch. Back from a brief commercial break, guys. But anyway, we were talking about KFC versus Popeyes. I need someone who's eaten both. Because I feel like our biases are going to come into play if we only eat one or the other. That's probably why I didn't want both on the top.
I've had both, but I still think Popeyes.
I've had both, but I eat Popeyes often. Or more often than I do KFC.
So there you go. That's your choice.
KFC.
So she doesn't think Shake Shack should be out. Do you think Shake Shack should replace In-N-Out? But I don't know. Is Shake Shack a thing in the West Coast like that?
I honestly don't know.
Like, I don't know.
I know Shake Shack is like getting really big now here, but
did it come from the West Coast? Where did Shake Shack come from?
I have no idea.
I feel like Shake Shack is a thing on the West Coast.
It might be. Seems like a West Coasty type of thing. So okay. So let's not get bogged down. Let's keep it going. Keep pushing. So
keep it pushing.
Number 8.
Wait, I was saying like what I know to be top 5 for sure, and you were trying to say Five Guys, and Five Guys is not in the top 5.
I disagree with that. I think Five Guys. I'm looking at what I have right here. McDonald's. I don't know if I'd put Taco Bell, but if you want to, fine. McDonald's, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A.
I don't think Chipotle is top 5. You already know I know that.
Five Guys.
Yeah, that's 5, and I definitely think 2 of your top 5 needs to go down.
What's better? What needs to go down?
Chipotle should be like number 6.
Chipotle. See, you're trying to say it's not number 5 because you already said that before. You're just trying to make yourself right.
I don't think
Chipotle is top 5. Okay, tell me 5 that are better than Chipotle.
Okay, and again, this is keeping in mind everything we said.
We said this is what we said. This is what we said because we literally decided.
We said taste, relevance, availability.
Exactly. Okay, good.
Okay, McDonald's, Taco Bell.
I disagree with Taco Bell.
Yeah, Taco Bell doesn't really.
But I think that's because of us guys. Like I'm talking.
We're the ones decided. What do you mean? We're telling the people what they don't know.
We're trying to be. I'm trying to be objective.
But you can't be.
Because obviously, if I want a top 50 rappers list, Drake is going to be number 1 for me. But I know he's not number 1.
You can't be objective in the sense that, like, yes, you're not just going to say everything that you care about, but it's still based on you. So because
I eat Chipotle more than Taco Bell, but I feel like
do you
overall,
think that Taco Bell tastes good?
More. I don't eat it like that.
I don't think Taco Bell tastes good, so there's no way you can say Taco
Bell.
But
they get the variety thing. Like, they have so much variety.
Chipotle tastes better than Taco Bell.
But Taco Bell, Chipotle doesn't have the variety.
It doesn't have the variety.
So that should be a
just
huge
as relevant, if not more relevant, than Taco Bell. And it is quite available.
So is Taco Bell. Taco Bell is quite available.
So
I think relevant.
I think for me, maybe we should have done this. I just didn't think we would have to do this. The first thing is taste. Like, all these things matter, but, like, if it doesn't taste good, it cannot be in a top 5.
But that's what I'm saying. It tastes good to a lot of people.
We have 3 people here that
just like a lot of people who don't like Chipotle. But I know a lot of people who don't eat Chipotle at all.
We can't make a decision. So, like, you want to make a decision based on what America thinks. But we're not America. We are ourselves. We have to say what we think. Okay,
fine. You're right. If we're talking about what we think, Taco Bell is not top 5.
No, it's not. I don't know why you'd even say that. It's quite disrespectful. I just left it in top 10 because I don't want to argue too much.
Well, it definitely should be in top 10 if we're, like, keeping everything into consideration. But yeah, if it is mainly us, you're right. Taco Bell is kind of trash.
I think that for number 8, it has to be, like, Burger King. or Taco Bell? And I would put Taco Bell.
I think Taco Bell can go number 8. You definitely swayed me a lot with that one. So
and now that I think about it, I want to take it lower, but let's just leave it for now.
Well, what's number 9?
In-N-Out.
So we're not putting Shake Shack in the conversation.
I have number 10, KFC or Shake Shack.
Okay.
They're
interchangeable. Okay, for now. All right, so we know. Let's continue on. Let's keep going from bottom up.
Okay.
So
Taco Bell, number 8. Number 7, Outdoor and Wendy's.
Sure, I agree with that.
I'm not really a huge Wendy's fan like that.
Number 6. Okay, so you want Chipotle over Five Guys because I think it's one of those two. That's 6.
That's a tough decision. I would have them over Popeyes though. So I don't know why.
True story. Okay.
I'll put Popeyes 6 right now. We have McDonald's, Chipotle.
Well, a lot of people will be like, "The fuck are you putting McDonald's at number 1 for then?" Because the only reason I don't eat McDonald's food often at all, like maybe I'll fuck up their milkshake or their smoothie every once in a while, but like in the past several years, people laugh at you when you get McDonald's. It's almost like, ew. And I'm almost the same. Like, I feel weird eating McDonald's just because I know there's so much better fast food out there.
Right.
So I feel like maybe if we're now saying we're taking all...
But I think that, first of all, wait. You're making a lot of assumptions. I don't know why. Why are we assuming that McDonald's is going to be number 1?
You're the one who said... Well, okay, we talked about it last week, and we did say McDonald's was number 1. The reason I said that is because of its global...
I agree.
So we did agree. That's why I assumed we would agree again now.
So let's not go back.
But now that we're not agreeing
this episode
on that, like now that we're definitely taking more of our biases into consideration,
yes,
McDonald's is not number 1.
Let's not get to number 1 yet. Can we work up the list? Can we not
So I'm
skip?
saying, no, we're trying to get a number 5 now, right?
We're trying to get number 6 now.
Popeyes. We agreed on Popeyes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I agree with you on Popeyes.
Okay, number 5.
That's why I'm thinking, that's why I brought the whole McDonald's thing up.
Burger King has to be number 5. McDonald's is better than Burger King.
Okay. Off the sheer global... by the way, you have the benefit of having the paper in front of you. I'm going off of memory, so don't even try and play me. That's another thing. But anyway, yes.
So when we come up with our top 10, if we can finish this quickly, we'll read through it, and whatever you disagree with strongly, we can talk
so let's do Burger King at 5.
All right.
McDonald's at 4. Wow, I can't believe I'm putting Chipotle at number 3.
We have Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Five Guys, McDonald's.
Oh, shit. I can't believe you're doing this because I don't know how we have Chipotle at number 2 then, because I don't think Five Guys is above Chipotle.
What's number 4?
Didn't we just say number 4 is McDonald's? Burger King is number 5.
You said that. I don't know if I agree with you. I'll write it down for now.
You're not about to say Chick-fil-A is below McDonald's if we're now taking our biases into consideration.
McDonald's is more available.
You're right. Yes. Yes, you're right. It's more globally.
What?
You're right. But the taste wise, I think Chick-fil-A beats it.
Taste wise, and
cultural relevance today, it's definitely Chick-fil-A. Although McDonald's, had a moment with their breakfast all day situation.
The cultural relevance thing is a very interesting category that we have to talk more about one other day.
No, because
Chick-fil-A gets hype.
No. But McDonald's gets their freaking chicken nuggets are known to be mush. Like, their fries are in pig fat. Like, things that aren't good is what McDonald's is known for. You know what it is? Like
you're listening to the liberals. Only the liberals say
No. Overall, I don't know about you. Maybe you're too old, but my age group and lower, we definitely look at McDonald's like, you're literally eating cardboard. Like, why are you putting trash into your body?
But do you know what, though? They literally still go by McDonald's.
If they're drunk, but, it doesn't...
Not if they're drunk. Yo!
I don't think people...
I don't know the numbers. I promise you.
How often do you eat lunch at work?
I try not to now. Before, maybe 2 or 3 times.
I'm going to tell you, as someone who works in an office building with predominantly young people, every day, at least one person. And that's very, very, low. More than one person will get Chick-fil-A every single day. McDonald's, I can go a day without... Even in my small team, there's times where everybody goes out to lunch separately. We come back, we all have Chick-fil-A. I've never seen anybody come back with a McDonald's bag. in the 2.5 years.
But you're looking at a very specific group of people.
That's what I'm saying. My age group and below. I don't know. Maybe
not just your age group. You're looking at people in your age.
Work too, like the working.
That's very, very specific.
Yeah, but you said that I can now start bringing in my biases. You're the one who allowed that. No, otherwise, McDonald's would have been higher than Chick-fil-A. You allowed it. You said this.
You can bring in your biases in the sense of what you know, but
exactly.
I'm also telling you what I know. So it's like
you said we have 3 criteria. In 2 of the 3, Chick-fil-A beats McDonald's in cultural relevance and taste. Yes, point blank.
I'm just giving you taste.
You don't think Chick-fil-A tastes better than... You're not doing this right now. You're not going to tell me McDonald's tastes better than Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A has no variability in their food. It's literally chicken and bread. Chicken. They have salad. Chicken, bread, salad.
Okay,
chicken,
listen.
Literally no difference.
For everything McDonald's has on their menu, Chick-fil-A has something comparable. For their burgers, they have their sandwiches. They have their spicy sandwiches, their grilled sandwiches, their breaded ones,
McDonald's
their fried
has
ones.
Sandwiches.
Sure.
They have fish.
Yes.
Sandwiches.
Okay. Chick-fil-A serves fish again during a shorter period of time, but they do. They have mac and cheese. McDonald's doesn't necessarily have mac and cheese. Their breakfast is just as good or comparable to McDonald's breakfast. Their milkshake is arguably considered better than the
breakfast is good,
the McDonald's
but they don't
milkshake.
have that much variability. Like you can't. Listen,
I'm saying they have
You can say that it's good, but you can't tell me they have the same variability.
Taste-wise, it's better.
Okay, let's give them that. They have taste. They're
and variability, it's comparable in the sense that if you're looking for breakfast, you can go there. If you're looking for a milkshake, you can go there. If you're looking for anything on that's what I'm saying. If you're looking for anything on the McDonald's menu, you can find something comparable. And
don't like chicken, so
you're right. You're very right. If you want
there's
beef,
literally no way you can argue.
No, I'm not saying it's not more variable. I'm saying it doesn't far and away take it away in the sense that if you want something on the McDonald's menu, that you can find something comparable on the Chick-fil-A menu. Maybe not 1-to-1, but you can find something comparable. You can't say that with Chipotle. If you want burgers, you're not gonna, or like a sandwich type meal, you're not gonna find that at Chipotle. It's just not gonna happen. I'm saying the comparability is more.
Okay. Let's keep it going. What's number 3, according to you?
I mean, you said there's 5 Guys, Chick-fil-A, and McDonald's left.
Yes.
Actually no? How about you put one down? Because every other one I put.
Number 3 between those McDonald's, 5 Guys, and Chick-fil-A. I would probably put 5 Guys just because I think 5 Guys is maybe not as available as the other 2.
I agree with that.
I do think 5 Guys tastes better, but
I agree with that. 5 Guys tastes better, but when you're looking
to
spend your points, availability goes to McDonald's. Like if you
so number 2 is Chick-fil-A, number 1 is McDonald's. We agree.
So we end up circling back to McDonald's being number 1.
We all agree.
But are we really allowing the McDonald's to have number 1 just because it's all over the world?
No.
So
that's not the only
why
reason.
Else?
Okay.
There are how many criteria? Taste.
3, yeah.
Price.
No, the 3 were taste, availability, and cultural relevance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and
so
to me, Chick-fil-A beats McDonald's in 2 out of 3.
So I don't think
with taste
and cultural relevance.
I think you put that in there just now.
No.
So the criteria is taste, but the taste is not just taste. It's taste and variability in like food options. That's why the taste, like even though she keeps saying Chick-fil-A tastes better. Which is an opinion, of course, that can be disagreed with by some.
Do you disagree with it? No, do you disagree with it?
I would rather have McDonald's than Chick-fil-A.
What do you think?
I think it depends on what I want.
That is true. It also depends on what I want.
I do like my beef burgers as well.
Which one do you eat more often? Once you eat one more often than the other.
Well, it's hard.
You eat McDonald's more often? Because you do like their McDonald's.
But then, like I said, it's the same thing I get all the time. So if I want variability, I need to go to McDonald's. I want something else.
But knowing you, I feel like if you want...
Well, it's like, okay, well, am I willing to spend this money?
But I know you, and you would go to Burger King before you go to McDonald's. Yes. And those are literally like the same thing.
Yes.
So again, back to somebody who doesn't... Someone who doesn't seem super partial to either Chick-fil-A or McDonald's, which one do you eat at more often? That just ends up answering the question of which one you prefer.
Right.
Chick-fil-A.
So she prefers Chick-fil-A.
And you...
I told you McDonald's.
You eat at McDonald's more often.
Yeah.
I eat at Chick-fil-A more often. So 2 out of 3 of us are saying...
But that's not how we're doing this.
But no, I'm saying 2 out of 3 of us can then pretty much say taste taste-wise, Chick-fil-A is the better one.
In your opinion, sure, you can say that.
I'm saying of the three, you're the one who brought this up at Taco Bell. You are the one who did it. I definitely wasn't trying to say Chick-fil-A was number one before.
You can say that we agree that it tastes better based on what we have.
Numerical circumstances. Okay, so taste-wise, better. Cultural relevance, that includes like
we had a whole argument about that, so we don't have to go back to that.
Knowing it and blah 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 blah. Okay, of the two, which one do you think is more culturally relevant?
More culturally relevant is definitely McDonald's. But again, we had this conversation already. Like, there's no.
I guess it depends. It depends on. It depends on how we're saying it. Because cultural relevance, in the sense of like pop culture, like the Golden Arches. Yes, you're right. But when I was saying cultural relevance, I mean like more of a timely thing. Like, what's the more
exactly? You're talking about what's hot like right now. I'm talking about what's always hot and it's gonna be hot. Like,
I don't know if it's going to be hot. Like, it's almost like how like
McDonald's has been falling. They've been bringing McDonald's down for like years. It's still here.
No, but to me, it's just like with music, how people have their reigns or whatever. But and like with that, there's the people who keep bringing out music, but they're not like an Eminem. Like in 2005, he would probably be considered top 5, maybe. But now, because of how long he's been in the game and how many people have kind of come and how people consider him to have deteriorated his discography, it ends up like. Honestly, if they didn't have the lawsuits and like being considered like Super Size Me, like the cause of obesity and things like that, like that's really affecting.
But the whole point is, even with all that, McDonald's is still the most relevant. Like, there's no way that you can't argue that in numbers. Like, you can only argue in a niche, which you already did. That's the only way you can make that argument that it's not as culturally relevant. It's more culturally relevant, obviously more available. That's not really a question.
Yeah, it's definitely more available.
So, yeah.
So then, to me, the cultural relevance is a toss-up. I'm not going to give that one to you.
I'm loving it. Are you loving it?
I mean, I did say that.
What's Chick-fil-A's line?
So whatever. Chick-fil-A is number 2. It's fine.
What do you think? What's Chick-fil-A's
Something
line?
about cows.
Like, chicken, something like that? I think that's what it is. It's like, chicken. No, I'm pretty sure it's chicken. No. I promise you it's chicken. It's like M's.
I think it's like chicken. The cow being like, thank you.
Yes, it's a cow that says it, but it says chicken, something like that. I promise you.
Okay,
you don't even know.
Well, that means that you're right. Fun fact: do you know who made the "Love in It" slogan? Or
Pusha T.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. We both knew that. All right. Yeah. Anyway, fine.
Yeah,
cool.
Eat more chicken. Eat more chicken.
Eat more chicken.
Okay.
Oh, but it's like extra M's or something, no?
MOR.
More chicken. Oh, the more chicken.
There's no E.
So it's like moo, like because the cow.
MOR, but it's not MOOR. It's just MOR.
Oh, there's no 2 O's?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's weird.
But it's a cow holding the signs, obviously.
Yeah.
Trying to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A
run down
sucks.
the list real quick.
So number 1, McDonald's. Number 2, Chick-fil-A. Number 3, Five Guys. Number 4. Oh wait, I have McDonald's at number 4.
We never said Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Yeah.
Number
I actually
4,
think we originally did put McDonald's at number 4.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah. Number 4, Chipotle. Number 5, Burger King. Number 6, Popeyes. Number 7, Wendy's. Number 8, Taco Bell. Number 9, In-N-Out. Number 10, Shake Shack or KFC.
Which one do you want to put? This is up to you.
She wants Shake Shack.
I like Shake Shack.
Oh no, she wanted KFC.
No, Shake Shack or KFC. You have to choose one or the other for number 10 slot.
Shake Shack, hey.
All right, come at us, guys. Let us know what you agree with, what you disagree with. I don't know. I feel funny about certain ones, like Taco Bell, In-N-Out, some of our top 5. But overall, I think we came up with a solid list.
Let's just do a shout out real quick since we're already we've done this for an hour. It's supposed to be 20 minutes.
I told you this was going to take a minute.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway,
shout outs. We're just going to do a couple. So we're going to shout out Davey Dill for still being around and popping.
Right.
He was all over New York last weekend at the Power premiere, at 50 Cent's Typhoon.
He's like, you didn't put me on the Lion King soundtrack. Look at what I got. I'm going to perform at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, I don't need y'all anyway.
He's still making waves. So shout out to him.
Shout out.
And shout out to Rema.
Yeah.
Singer of Do Maybe.
Mr. Barack Obama, or excuse me, President Barack Obama, basically gave him a low-key shout-out of his own by putting him on a playlist.
Put him on a playlist, number 42 on the playlist. Yeah. And it wasn't a song that everyone knows. It was like Iron Man, which is, I don't think I've even heard that. Not his biggest one, yeah. No, it wasn't Do My Beat. So shout out to him and shout out to everyone else doing big things out there in the world. And
like a light little PSA, if you will, to the Amazon rainforest. Guys, just we need to care about the environment a little bit more. Period. Point blank. That's all I want to say on that.
Yeah. Okay. Save a tree, guys. Recycle.